let's look at the derivation of the law of cosines. First of all, we need to keep in mind that the sum of the lengths of any two sides of a triangle must be greater than the length of the remaining side. 4 and 8 gives us 12, so this one is not we cannot form a triangle out of that. We could put AB and BC together if they were 4 and 8 respectively and form AC that's 12, but it's not going to make a triangle, it's going to be just a straight line. But we can form a triangle where 4 and 8, the two smaller sides, give us a number that's larger than the longest side. So that's something to keep in mind. Just sometimes you're not even going to have a triangle out of the sides that are given, because one of the cases for the law of cosines is when we have all three sides. So let's take into consideration what's the picture going to look like? How can we derive this? So we'll start out with an oblique triangle. And let's consider the coordinates of the vertex. Let's let that be 0, 0. And then we'll let BC be A units long. Well, it will be A units long. And so we'll just keep that on the x-axis. So this will be at the point A0. Now we don't have a value for this one yet. So technically we're just going to have to call it XY. Now I've made a bigger image here. I think it might be more useful to us. And so this point up here for A is just going to be an XY. We're going to find that means that we're going to actually end up with these as the values of those. We'll come down from this point. We'll form a 90 degree from XY. We'll form a 90-degree angle with the x-axis. And then if you think about it, we can use the law of cosines over here with this angle B that we have. That is actually this obtuse angle B. And so the sine of B is opposite over hypotenuse. So the sine of B would be y over c. But we could multiply both sides by c and find that y is equal to c sine of B. The cosine of B would be x over c, and we can solve for x this way. And so that's what they've plugged back in over here. Let me plug it back in on mine. Okay, so I've added those in there, and just in case you needed to see again where they came from, so the x value, it turns into c cosine of B. We made that substitution. The y value is c sine of B, so we made that substitution up here. So the next part of the handout is just filling in all of those values that we just discussed. And now we're going to use the distance formula to write an equation. If you think about it, so we've got the distance between 2 points. We want the distance between A and C up here, which is B, is going to be the difference in the x value here minus the x value over here, getting squared, plus the y value here minus the y value here, getting squared, and then we take the square root of that. And so that's what we've got down here. B is equal to the square root of that. Now we would square both sides to get rid of that square root. That's what we've done in this step. Since this was subtracting 0, we just said, oh, well, when we subtract 0, we get the same thing we started with, so we've dropped that 0, and now we end up with this. So now we're going to go ahead and multiply this part out. That gives us the next line down here. And then we take and we're going to bring together, since I've got c squared times the cosine squared of B and c squared times the sine squared of B, I'm going to put those two together and factor out c squared. So I've added some color so you can keep track of where everything went. Just feel free to pause and mull it over if you're getting lost at any point on this, but I've taken c squared times that, so multiply this out and you'll find that you get that plus that, and otherwise this line and this line are the same. We've just rearranged terms a little bit. The reason we rearranged them is because cosine squared plus sine squared gives us 1. We've substituted that value in down here, and now it turns into b squared is equal to a squared plus c squared minus 2ac times the cosine of B. This is the law of cosines. That is one form that we could write that equation in. There are other forms depending on which of the letters we're trying to solve for. If we were trying to solve for B, we would substitute in the values that we knew over here, and then we would take the square root so that we could then find B. If we were trying to find A or C, then we would have needed to use the distance formula in a different way, and we're going to come up with these parts these other alternative two equations, the top one and the bottom one, that would give you either A or C depending on what you need. Then the bottom, you can go ahead and finish filling in your worksheet. So the law of cosine says that the square of a side is equal to the sum of the squares, maybe it was a little bit blurry there, is equal to the sum of the squares of the other two sides. So notice if I want A, then I say that A squared is equal B squared plus C squared. For B, I took B squared over here and A squared plus C squared. So whatever I have over here, I have the other two sides getting squared over here. And then finally, minus 2, every time it's minus 2, times the product of the two numbers that are over here, times the cosine of the angle that would be across from the side over here. So every time it's minus 2 times the two that are over here times the cosine of that one. So once you've memorized one of these, you can switch around the variables and turn it into any one of the other forms that you need for your particular problem.